Hey, look, everybody. It's a bird. It's a thing. Or it's Dusty Dan. I think the thief in Maine. So let's understand. So basically, he broke into the house. The door was unlocked, as he said, because the children were taking the trash out. So now you can't even do that because the dust bucket just might be lurking around and something might go down. It kind of makes me wonder if he was looking around an apartment complex, saw those kids take their trash out, and then just came into the house and just start beating the children. Now, nothing was said, as far as him, Dusty Dan, the attacker man, invasion, this thing, about him saying anything. But I'm like, man, this right here, I'm not, the kids say it's a hate crime, but man, it should be all this right here, child abuse. Who breaks into a house and attacks children? Or I can't say break in, but he entered illegally. You don't live there and attacks kids. Already hitting on one kid, trying to choke him out. Then the 11-year-old, he's putting hands on him, hitting him. I'm so glad that father was home that day. He said he chose the wrong house. No, he chose the right house. So this is how he came in. He chose the right house. This is how he came in. And this is how he left out. He got that beat down. A dust bucket beat down. Bravo to the dad. Bravo. On this guy, there should be multiple charges. Not just him unlawfully entering, trespasses. It needs to be child abuse, assault. And this is a weak piece of crap man. If you want to fight, get in the boxing room and ring, or find somebody, fix a fight up with somebody your own age. No. Are you really that challenged? Are you really that weak and that stupid? You picked children. You attacked children. I'm telling you, people, especially when things get challenging, people are angry and just act out. Angry and act out. And sometimes I think it gets to a point they've been wanting to do something, don't have the courage. It just takes one moment of them say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I think that's what happened here. I'm just going to go ahead. You want to beat children? Since he likes to play Mr. Beat 'em up and attack, when he gets in that jail, I hope everybody finds out what he's done. When he gets in there, you may get what you want. There was a man, sad to say, he had assaulted, he broke into a home, and unfortunately, he assaulted a child. He was caught. The grandmother worked at the local jail. Mm-hmm. Not the prison. Worked at the local jail. They caught him, and gee, word got out. And a group of men found him, and what he did to those kids did the same thing to him. And they found him, not meaning to be graphic, crying. And let's just say he needed to change his pants. Yeah. They found him crying, and he had to change his pants. His pants had blood on them, and not from the front. He caused that. Karma came quick. Look what he did to a child. And this here was like a preteen, as I understand, a preteen. What you crying for? And he was a very large man. The fool was like over 6 feet and very hefty on a skinny preteen child. I feel for the child, not for him because of the trauma. So this right here, you want to choke kids and punch on them. You want to get violent. Oh, trust and believe. You just might get that work in. You might be on the receiving end. So it's so sad that you cannot even take the trash out. I guess you have to lock the door behind you and then get the trash out. Then once you lock the door behind you, okay, then lock the door, take the trash out, and let yourself back in. It's that bad. Because the dusty may be lurking around just waiting. Didn't steal anything. You want to beat children? But it looks like justice came quick because the father came out there, big dude, bigger than this dust on the screen, and gave him, I say gave him what he wanted. Since you like violence, that's what you get. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You like to give beat downs, guess what? You just might get one. And now look at him. He laid out. Oh, look at that little Dusty Dan arm just laid out. I wish something else would have happened to him. That involves a boom boom or pew pew. I wish something else had happened to him. Because when you find people like this, Terry, I just find it hard to believe that this just happened. I really, find it hard to believe. Probably been doing this. Saw that kid, I'm assuming, walk out taking the trash, and you just gonna come on in. So I'm so grateful that the fathers of today saw, I guess, a lesson. And this day and age, you may have to tell the kids, hey, lock the door behind you or have somebody waiting. I mean, this is just crazy. You can't even take the trash out. Here's a dust bucket. So I'm just glad the dad was at home. I gave him that little work. Bravo to the dad. And yeah, they might need counseling. I mean, you think about it. Kid might now be scared to go outside the apartment, go outside the home. Why? Because of what happened. Can't sleep at night. A dust bucket, bringing nightmares. As I said before, said again, Dusty's being drama, heartache, and trauma. The financial implications. Now this fool going to jail. Now we got to pay for 3 meals, 3 hots and a cot. And I'm sure the medical, that'll be on the taxpayers too. The financial implications is too many of these fools in the nation. Again, I'm just glad the father was at home. Hope the babies are okay. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me know what you all think. But I mean, this is crazy. We're at a point now you just can't even take the trash out. Saw this in the first 48. What did a woman do? She was a concealed carrier. She was at home. All she did was take her trash out. And her thinking that she basically had a friend who was in a bad relationship, like DV oriented. It was Dusty Dan. And so the friend had broken up, her girlfriend, her homegirl, had broken up with Dusty Dan, the violent man. And so she basically was supportive. And you know what he did? He said he was gonna kill her. You're thinking, well, hey, it's over. The friend got away from him. He said he was gonna kill her, and guess what? That's it. What they found out. That's who did it. That's who did it. He was mad because the friend whom he killed, he was stalking her. He was sitting outside her house before. She advocated for him leaving her, because it was this back and forth thing. So she finally left, and look what happened. Dusty Dan, mad at the friend, he made good on the threat, and he was watching her. And all she did was take her trash out. Next thing you know, she goes back in the house. He was already inside, and he killed her. She didn't even get a chance to get her gun. The girlfriend, she was okay. Yeah, but they caught him. Dusty Dan. Oh, you supported her leaving me. These dust buckets, they are weak. They are weak, cannot accept rejection. And look at this fool right here. You want to beat children. Ooh, I wish something else could have came to that door. I wish he could. I wish, man, that he could have been. A clip could have been empty, and I don't mean a hair clip. Anyway, don't want to promote violence on the show, but sometimes it might be needed in some cases. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.